All right, welcome to Module 5. In Module 5, we're going to talk about sales processes. Now, for the record, my goal is not to turn anyone into a salesperson who is not already a salesperson. What I'm hoping to do is to show you, as an entrepreneur, how to create sales processes that your team can follow. And again, if you've got a sales leader, you can give this module to them. They can tweak it. My humble opinion, every organization should at least understand how their sales process works. And a lot of entrepreneurs are the only person who sells in their organization. They're the one who does all of the sales. And the only way you can really grow beyond that is to be able to bring in salespeople and offload that. Now, I've mentioned this before, I'll just say it here. I personally believe if we can get really good at communication in our marketing efforts, in our website, in our branding, the better we get at communication, the less we have to worry about our sales process. And ultimately, my goal in life is to build a marketing and sales process that's integrated and 100% automated so that our customers come to us, they're paying us, they're part of our world, and then we, as we get to know them, we invite them to come deeper into our world and do bigger and better things with us. So I am of the opinion I'd rather work with people who fit my profile. I am not one to do cold outreach. I don't want to beg anyone to work with me. I believe the prize never chases, and if we're the prize, they should come to us. So we're going to talk about magnetic sales and marketing. That's a Dan Kennedy approach. And I really believe, especially with AI, we can become magnetically attractive to our perfect prospects, our dream clients. And at the same time, we should gently be repelling those who aren't a fit. So, as I did last time, I've already done this. I've copied in the slide and I've taken the text from the starter prompts and I've put them in here. And from there, I've asked it to create a to-do list. So I've asked GPT to help me create a sales strategy. We're going to create a structure for an FAQ document, and we're going to develop sales tools, and then we'll actually complete the exercise. Now, I've done all of this beforehand, so you don't have to sit and wait and watch me typing. But I'm going to walk you through it so that you understand exactly how I communicate with ChatGPT. And I have shared this document in the course, so you can copy and paste. And what I would suggest for you is, for example, I have the best practices. So the first thing I said is for step one, what are best practices to consider for creating sales strategies? So it gave me outreach emails, follow up emails, proposal scripts, and some tips for using ChatGPT. And then it started to give me some examples. So, what you might do is say, well, actually, here's my sales process. We start with a discovery call, and then we book a demo, and then we get to this. Put your process in and ask ChatGPT how to optimize it. So, I'm showing you what you could do if you don't already have a process. But if you do have a process, then you can optimize it. Now, the next thing we're going to show you is how to create an FAQ document. And I believe this is the greatest secret that we can have, the greatest superpower is to be proactive and identify the questions somebody might have before they want to work with us. And as a bonus, we can also ask the questions we think they should be asking and give the answers. So, for example, if you're an accountant, um, one of the questions, one of the objections is cost, obviously. And by the way, this is for a lot of businesses. We want to address the questions up front and give people our answers. So, this is a a template, and again, you can customize it for your own, but most sales objections fall under it's too expensive, so price, I don't have time, or we have a solution that we're using, or I need to think about it, or I need to consult with my team partner. Um, I hear this a lot in the enterprise space. We don't have budget right now, or we're not interested. A lot of people say, "Oh, ChatGPT won't work for my industry." That's a lie because it works for everybody. It says your product is too complex. I hear that a lot. Reality is, if somebody thinks AI is too complex, I'm not here to convince them otherwise. I will create an answer, but I'm not going to try to convince them. And then number 10 is I've had bad experiences. So these are templates you can use and you can tailor it to your specific industry. So a prompt here might be ChatGPT, here is my template with the 10 most common sales objections. I'm in this industry, I sell this product or service. Could you help me tailor the responses to my audience, which is blank? And ChatGPT will give you a very nice customized. And if you can answer these questions and nobody else is answering them, people are going to come to you. And believe it or not, this is a value that you can add to the community. You can give this to strategic partners. Here are the top 10 questions you should ask before hiring an accountant. Here are 10 questions your accountant should ask you before taking you on. You can set the parameters so that your potential clients understand what it's like to work with you. So I highly encourage, even if you don't do sales of any kind, there's inbound sales, outbound sales, there's appointment setting, there's all kinds of sales. But even if you don't have that, you should at least create the frequently asked questions. And again, I think I mentioned this earlier, you can use this to create social media content, you can use it for blog posts. Get in the business of solving your clients' problems, and people will come to you. Now, the next thing I had suggested in the slides, we talk about sales tools. So I asked GPT to use industry best practices to develop sales tools. So it has given me best practices for creating email swipe files. I don't do cold outreach email ever. I just can't be bothered with it. If that works for you, great. I do follow-up emails. I do thank you emails. But you can see it's giving you a list of, you should have an appointment confirmation template, a meeting reminder, client onboarding, upsell, cross-sell emails, and you can ask GPT to draft each and every one of those. And again, if you're in the sales world, my advice is you never get on a sales call unless you've done the prep. So here's a workbook on what to do in advance. And this is bullet point. I would ask it to go deeper and create some checklists and templates. But basically, I just wanted to show you what's possible. And here's some exercises for your sales team. The key thing here is, of all the things I'm showing you, I don't believe for a second that you're going to implement everything all at once. But what you can do is create a list of the things you'd like to implement, and you can assign it to certain people and have them do it in their spare time. Now, if you are the business owner, you're the founder, and you are the best salesperson in the organization, you sit down and document this once so that you can pass it off to your team. If you've got another employee who's a superstar, get them to do it. But basically, get ChatGPT to amplify your best team members and grow your sales team. So as an exercise, I asked ChatGPT to draft a sales email sequence. And basically here you can see you need to define the audience and the objectives. You need to draft the email, create the follow-up, and ChatGPT even gave us the prompts. And so think of this as a starter. This is not the final product, but basically, once you've got these things, then you can say, okay, ChatGPT, we worked on these four things together. Can you help me tailor them to my business? So that is the practical application for Module 5. I'd love your feedback below in the comments. But all I can say is by this point, you should be really comfortable asking GPT questions and asking it to help you. So I welcome your feedback, and we will touch more on this as we go. But thank you, and I'll see you in Module 6.